They think they've won. They smile as they hurt you. They walk away without guilt, without shame. But what they forget is this: you are not alone. You are never alone. There is a witness to your pain, a witness to every tear that fell when no one else noticed. Allah, the one who knows what's hidden deep within your heart, is never unaware. He sees every injustice. He hears what they said in secret. He knows what they plotted behind closed doors. And when you call out to him in silence, he responds with power. Maybe not right away. Maybe not how you expect. But know this: when someone wrongs you and you choose patience instead of revenge, when you choose prayer instead of punishment, when you trust instead of hate, Allah takes over. And when Allah takes over, there is no escape for the oppressor. His justice is precise. His justice is perfect. And His justice never forgets. Every heart that breaks from betrayal is cradled by the one who created it. So when people hurt you and walk away as if nothing happened, don't chase them. Don't waste your dignity asking for explanations. Raise your hands and say, Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakil. Allah is sufficient for me and He is the best disposer of affairs. That simple dua is not just words, a shield, a sword, a fire that burns through lies, schemes and deceit. Allah doesn't ignore the cries of the oppressed. He may delay, but He never denies. And when He acts, the whole world will witness how He defends the ones whose hearts were shattered but chose to trust Him anyway. Some wounds are too deep for words. Some scars are unseen by the eyes but scream through a big quiet moment. When you've been hurt by someone you loved, someone you trusted, the pain can feel like it will never leave. But in Islam, this pain isn't pointless. It's seen, it's sacred, and it's part of a divine test. Allah tests those He loves the most. And when He allows you to be hurt by someone, He is watching how you respond. Will you seek revenge, or will you place your pain in His hands and let Him deal with it? Because when you do that, you hand over your burden to the most powerful judge. Allah's justice might come in this world or the next, but it always comes. He never forgets what was done to you. Sometimes Allah doesn't punish the one who hurt you immediately. Instead, He gives them time. He gives them ease. And from the outside, it looks like they're winning. They're happy. They're thriving. But know this: delay is not escape. It's a trap. Allah gives the oppressor rope to hang themselves. And when the time is right, His justice will be swift. That person may lose the one thing they held most dear. They may be broken in ways you can't even imagine. And when that happens, you won't feel joy. You'll feel peace. Not because they suffered, but because you finally see that Allah was working on your behalf all along. There is no pain that goes unnoticed, no tear that goes unseen, no heartbreak that Allah ignores. When you're alone and crying, wondering why you were betrayed, know that your silence is a form of worship. Your patience is a ladder. Every moment you resist anger and hatred, every second you choose prayer instead of revenge, you are being elevated. And Allah is preparing something better. He removes people from your life not to hurt you, but to protect you. He closes doors not to punish you, but to push you towards something greater. And those who thought they could break you, they were only tools, temporary shadows in your story. The real author of your destiny is writing something beautiful. Even if right now it feels like pain, Allah defends those who can't defend themselves. He sends peace to those whose souls have been crushed. And while you're busy hurting in secret, He is busy preparing justice in silence. Sometimes that justice is not just punishment for the wrongdoer. It's a rise for the wronged. He gives you strength. He gives you clarity. He removes your dependency on others and teaches you to lean on Him alone. And that's when the real healing begins. Because people may break you, but Allah rebuilds you, stronger, wiser, closer to Him than ever before. Have you ever seen someone who hurt others end up completely lost? Have you noticed how the oppressor eventually turns to regret? That's not a coincidence. That's divine order. You see, when someone wrongs you, they're not just fighting you. They're going up against Allah. And no one wins in a battle with the Most High. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "Fear the jaw of the oppressed, for there is no barrier between it and Allah." That's how seriously Allah takes your pain. You don't need to scream. You don't need to prove anything. Just whisper your pain to the one above, and He will make the earth move for your justice. The people who hurt you might be sleeping peacefully, unaware of the storm they've invited into their lives. But their ease is not proof of their innocence. It's a delay. And that delay is mercy, not for them but for you. It's Allah giving you time to rise, to heal, to become the best version of yourself. And once you've healed, once you've grown, once you've let go of that burden, then Allah delivers the justice. Not when you're broken, but when you've been rebuilt. Because that's when you'll understand true justice isn't revenge. It's peace. It's being so content with Allah's plan that you don't even need them to suffer anymore. You just want to move forward, and you finally can. When you forgive, it's not because they deserve it. It's because your heart deserves peace. It's because you know Allah will handle what you can't. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting. It means choosing freedom. And when you make that choice, when you raise your hands and say, Ya Allah, I leave this pain to you, the chains break, the bitterness fades, and something inside you shifts. You begin to rise, not in hate, but in hope, not in anger, but in faith. Because you finally understand Allah's justice doesn't miss, and it doesn't need your help. All it needs is your trust. There will come a day when you'll look back and realize that the people who hurt you were actually blessings in disguise. They forced you to your knees. They brought you closer to your Lord. They pushed you into a level of prayer you never reached before. And in doing that, they lost and you won. Because you didn't just survive, you transformed. You became stronger, wiser, more faithful. And that is the greatest revenge. Not becoming like them, but becoming better. Becoming free. Becoming content with Allah. So the next time someone hurts you, don't rush to respond. Don't rush to fight back. Step back. Breathe. Raise your hands and give it to Allah. Say, Ay Allah, you see, you are the most just. I leave it to you. And then walk away with your head held high, knowing that you are not weak. You are powerful because you have Allah on your side. And those who have Allah have everything. Let them laugh today. Let them think they've won. The day will come when they'll answer not to you but to Him. And when that day comes, you'll be safe. You'll be smiling, and they'll realize too late, hurting you was never worth it. Because Allah always defends those who rely on Him. Takes something away or someone walks out after causing you pain, He is not abandoning you. He is refining your journey. He is removing what was harming your soul, even if it came in a disguise of friendship, love or family. You may feel like the world collapsed, but that collapse is often the foundation of a stronger, purer, more peaceful version of your life. Sometimes Allah allows the hurt not to destroy you, but to purify you. He exposes hearts, reveals intentions, and shows you what you are blind to. You prayed for clarity, didn't you? You asked Allah for what's best. So He answered, not with words, but with revelation through reality. Now you see them for who they really are. Now you know they were never meant to walk the full journey with you. And in that truth, there is freedom. The people who lie about you, mock you, betray you. They might fool the world, but they can never fool Allah. His knowledge is infinite. He knows what was said behind your back. He knows what they did in secret. And the most beautiful part, He doesn't just know. He acts in His timing, not yours. You might not see their downfall today, but you'll feel your own rise. You'll feel your strength return. You'll watch as peace replaces pain. And when you least expect it, the people who broke you will watch you rise. Not with arrogance, but with grace. Because your rise wasn't revenge. It was reward. Allah saw every step of your patience, and He never wastes the tears of those who trust Him. There's a power in being wrong that many don't understand. It's not weakness. It's actually one of the most powerful positions you can be in. Because Allah becomes your advocate. When you are wronged and you choose sabr, patience, you place your case in the hands of the Most High. You hand over the courtroom of your heart to the one who never misjudges, and His verdicts are final. Think of Prophet Yusuf as betrayed by his own brothers, thrown into a well, wronged in so many ways. But he waited, he trusted, he turned to Allah. And what happened? He was not just vindicated, he was elevated to the highest position in the land. That's how Allah deals with those who are hurt unjustly. He doesn't just restore you, He honors you. When you feel like nobody understands the pain you carry, remember that Allah is closer than your jugular vein. He knows the pain before you speak it. He knows the betrayal before you process it. And His response is not delayed because He's ignoring you. It's delayed because He's preparing something better, a greater lesson, a deeper wisdom, and often a sweeter reward. The longer the wait, the more beautiful the result. So hold on, keep walking. Wipe your tears and say, Ya Allah, I trust You even when it hurts. That's not just strength, that's faith. And Allah loves those who trust Him through the storm, not just in ease. They may have laughed when you were down, They may have taken pride in your fall. But Allah promises in the Quran, do not think that Allah is unaware of what the wrongdoers do. He only delays them until a day when eyes will stare in horror. Surah Ibrahim 14:42. That is not a threat. It is a promise, not from you, but from your Lord. A promise that what they did will not go unpunished, that your pain is recorded, that your dignity is guarded, and that their cruelty is not forgotten. Let that verse comfort your soul. Let it remind you that justice doesn't need to come from your hands. It will come from the heavens, and when it does, it will be undeniable. Sometimes the person who hurt you will try to come back. They'll act like nothing happened. They'll pretend they didn't break your heart. And in that moment, you'll be tested, not with anger, but with power. Because now you hold the strength. Now you've grown. Now you don't need them anymore. That's what healing with Allah does. It makes you whole without anyone else. So when they come back, you'll smile, but not because you want them. You'll smile because you finally understand why Allah removed them. You'll see the wisdom in your pain. You'll realize it was never a loss, it was a rescue. And now you're free. Your job is not to expose them, not to fight them, not to waste your nights crying over their betrayal. Your job is to rise, to heal, to pray, to trust. Because when you place your pain in Allah's hands, you are giving it to the best of judges. And He doesn't just punish, He heals, He replaces, He honors. He gives you back more than what was taken from you. In time you'll see. The love you lost will be replaced with deeper love. The peace you lost will return tenfold. And the people who tried to bury you will witness your bloom. That's not revenge. That's divine compensation. So never think your silence is weakness. Never think your patience is in vain. Every second you stay silent instead of responding in hate is a seed. And Allah is growing something beautiful with every one of those seeds. You might not see it yet, but one day you will stand in gardens of peace and it will all make sense. Every betrayal, every lie, every tear, it was all watering the roots of your future. And the same people who hurt you, they'll watch in awe and regret as Allah elevates you. Not because you fought back, but because you trusted Him. If someone broke you, remember this. Indeed, my protector is Allah who has sent down the book, and He protects the righteous. Surah Al-Araf 7:196. You're not unguarded, you're not defenseless. You're under divine protection. So walk with your head high. Carry your pain to the prayer mat. Cry to the one who never betrays. And watch as your pain turns to purpose, your tears to triumph, and your scars to strength. Because that's how Allah deals with those who hurt you. He defends you. He heals you. And eventually, He elevates you beyond anything they ever tried to destroy. And when the day finally comes, the day you've been waiting for, the day when Allah unveils the wisdom behind every heartbreak, you won't want revenge anymore. You'll be too grateful. Grateful for the pain that brought you closer to Him. Grateful for the betrayal that turned into a blessing. Grateful that Allah didn't give you what you thought you needed because He was preparing something far better. And when you look back, you'll realize that every wound was actually a window. A window that opened up your heart to rely solely on your Creator. Because that's how He works. He allows people to hurt you, not because He loves your pain, but because He loves your growth. He lets them leave so you can stop leaning on the wrong people. He lets your heart break so you can finally turn to the one who can heal it perfectly. Those who wrong you, who mock your patience, who misuse your kindness, they have no idea what they're playing with. They're not just hurting a human being. They're hurting a soul that Allah loves, and when Allah loves someone, He becomes their shield. He becomes their avenger. The Prophet literally said, whoever harms a believer, Allah will harm him. Whoever shows hostility to a believer, Allah will show hostility to him. Let that sink in. Allah takes it personally when someone harms you. So why should you carry the weight of anger, revenge, or bitterness? Let it go. Let Allah handle it. That's not weakness. That's trusting divine power over human impulse. Have you ever noticed how those who hurt you eventually get exposed without you saying a word? That's not a coincidence. That's Allah showing you. You don't have to fight for your reputation. I will fight for you. You just focus on your character, on your prayers, on your connection with Him. Because Allah doesn't need your voice to silence lies. He uses His truth. And when His truth speaks, even the loudest liars become mute. Even the strongest oppressors crumble. Even the ones who thought they could break you end up breaking themselves. That's how Allah operates. with justice so complete, so undeniable, that it humbles even the most arrogant. There is something powerful in walking away silently and handing everything to Allah. It's not that you're ignoring the pain, it's that you've decided to trust a judge who never makes mistakes. The world sees it as surrender, but in the heavens it's a declaration of faith. The angels record that moment, the moment you chose prayer over payback, and what they record never fades. It becomes part of your reward. So the more they wrong you, the more they raise you without even realizing it. And one day the difference between you and them will be so clear that no words will be needed. Your peace will be your proof. People will ask you how you stayed calm, how you didn't fight back, how you smiled even while bleeding inside, and you'll say, Allah would never abandon me. And those simple words will carry more strength than 1,000 arguments, because you didn't just survive their cruelty, you turned it into a bridge to Allah. You didn't just endure their betrayal, you transformed it into a badge of honor. The world may never know the full story, but Allah does. And He will write the ending in a way that no one can deny His mercy, His wisdom, or His justice. You see, those who hurt others often think their actions are buried. But with Allah, nothing is buried. Every intention is known. Every act is recorded. Every whisper is heard. Even what they didn't say out loud, He knows. And when the time comes, Allah's justice won't be noisy. It will be silent, precise, and perfect. It may arrive in the form of loss, regret, or complete exposure. Or it may come through the quiet crumbling of their inner peace. But it will come, not because you asked for revenge, but because you left it to the one who sees everything. And you will not just recover, you will rise, you will glow differently. Because pain, when handled with patience, becomes a source of light. Your heart will soften, your soul will deepen. You will begin to pray with sincerity you never had before. You will learn to recognize false people quicker. You will no longer depend on others to feel worthy. Because once you've been broken and rebuilt by Allah, nothing in this world can control you again. You will be free, free from the chains of people's opinions, free from the wounds of their betrayal, free from needing anything but Him. So if you're still hurting today, still struggling to forgive, still aching from wounds that haven't healed, don't be ashamed, healing takes time. Justice sometimes takes longer, but don't let your pain push you away from Allah. Let it pull you closer. Talk to Him in the quiet hours. Cry to Him when no one is around. Say, Ya Allah, you know what they did. You know how I feel. You are the just, the wise, the merciful. I leave it to you. And then trust. Because once you've placed it in His hands, no power in heaven or earth can stop what's coming next. Your healing, your peace, your elevation. And those who caused your pain, if they don't repent, if they don't seek forgiveness, they won't get away with it. Not from the one who created them. But if they do repent sincerely and Allah forgives them, then trust His wisdom in that too. Because sometimes justice doesn't come through punishment. It comes through change. And when Allah changes a heart, that's the ultimate victory. For you, for them, and for the story that brought you closer to Him, either way you win. Because in this world or the next, Allah always settles every account. And the ones who hurt you, they will know, eventually they will know.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates.